welcome for this open day, MA in Smart Cities and Urban Informatics. Maybe the first question I need to answer, it seems that most of you are actually familiar with what is a smart city. So different people take it to different places. I think it started maybe as a buzzword for high-tech technology that wanted to sell the technology, but I think since then it evolved a little bit more to urban innovation and other things. But in basic thing that we want cities to be optimized, function better. And what I believe, and also one of the courses that I teach, is that we want the cities to improve the quality of life of residents. It could be through technology, but also through innovation. We touch upon both this aspect. The second part of the name is urban informatics, and one of the main thing and revolution that we're facing, as you probably know, is about informatics. So we can take data and different analytical tools that we can implement, take this data from different sources and use it in order to improve our cities. And this is a major part in our program, both the cities and the informatics. What is the goal of the program? So we can have maybe three main goals. One is to equip the new generation of urban planners, give them the knowledge about addressing future challenges, but not only to give them the knowledge about these problems and how to address them, also to give them the tools to work with these problems and to develop different analytical skills and also critical thinking about these problems, these challenges that they need in future cities. And we want actually those who teach in the program love the cities, and we want to improve the cities. We want to improve the quality of life and make cities better. And I hope you can come and share us these things. What does the program include? It's a 1-year program with 2 semesters. In total credits, 36 credits that we have. Most of courses are 2 credit points, which is like 2 semestral hours. We have core courses which give the basics. Some of you might be already coming with, from what I understand, coming from background like GIS, Geographical Information System, and all kind of spatial analysis. So you already have some background, so you might take more advanced courses in this case, a bit of Python, and all kind of basic course about urban planning and the development of urban planning throughout the years. So this will be the core courses. We do not expect you to come with any previous knowledge in GIS or programming. You get it in the course. Those you already have can take some more advanced courses that we can offer. Then we have more advanced method courses, methods and tools. And we have also thematic courses about justice in the city, about the quality of life in the city, and courses like this. I'll give some examples in a second. So basically you have 32 courses, which is regular courses, that front-end courses, and on top of it, you need to write a seminar paper. We do have 2 routes. One is a thesis and one is the non-thesis track. So those of you who are interested to write thesis and more interested in research and maybe developing later on and doing a PhD, you also have the option here. Already some of our graduates already either finish thesis or on the process of finishing. We are actually starting, nowadays, this is the 3rd cohort that we are having. Those of you who will join us will actually be the 4th cohort that we are running. Some examples for courses that we have. We learn GIS and urban informatics, some of the basic GIS analysis. Like I said, those of you already have learned it. We'll find them some more advanced courses. About urban development, so more thematic, understanding basic changing in philosophy or approaches for planning, basic introduction courses to smart cities and urban innovation, social justice, urban remote sensing. We have basic Python, also urban simulation, where you use different type of modeling and analytics to analyze the city. And we also have a project that you take real world challenges and you need to solve them and present them sometimes to stakeholders. We also involve in these courses some field trips, so we go and meet with some people from municipalities, from high-tech companies, and all kind of people who deal with urban innovation in general, be transportation and planning and consulting and these kind of things. So this is about the courses that we have. So there's also a good question: why should you choose us? First of all, I think this is a very practical degree where you could develop from and develop a meaningful career. I'll show you in a second where I think our graduate could find themselves after this program. They're doing this program. It's the only MA program of its kind in Israel in English. It's a one-year program, which is you can do in 1 year and finish it relatively quick. Also, we take the strength that we have in our geography department, the Center for Urban Innovation, and the academics, the researchers, the excellent researchers that we have here in Jerusalem. Jerusalem itself, an interesting environment with some high-tech ecosystem. Probably some companies that you heard of, Movit, Mobileye, Intel. Some of them are placed, have bases here in Jerusalem. And also, those of you coming from abroad, experience of Jerusalem and doing an MA in 1 year, which Jerusalem is really exciting. You already heard about it in the main room, an exciting city to be in. Again, so the benefit of being in Jerusalem, of an ecosystem, high-tech ecosystem, 650 companies, 15,000 workers in this sector. You have some kind of access to Jerusalem knowledge economy, research institutes, educational universities, also NGOs, and other governmental institutions that are placed here in Jerusalem. Jerusalem is ranked top 100 university in the world, one of the best leading university in Asia. And you have also the Rotberg International School. We already have maybe most experience with in Israel in terms of hosting international students, hosting 2,500 students from 75 countries every year. So this one is the largest, and Shelley will tell you about it in a second. Where do you find our graduates? So we only started now the third cohort, so we still don't know about each graduate where they find themselves. Some of them still writing their thesis or finishing their last requirements from the last year. But we can tell it according to also other programs that we have here in Hebrew about planning and also in geoinformatics. So we find many people find themselves in the public sector. Many times they want to be in the public sector. That's why they come also to our program to be part of policy making, city planning, local government. So many have interest in this, but we also have many in the private sectors, consulting firms in planning, transportation, data analytics, serving as analytics. And also we have quite a few examples of those working in cutting edge firms. Some examples that I already mentioned, like Mobileye, Waze, and other companies that started with some special technologies that are required. Shelley, I'll maybe give you to talk about all the administration aspect of the program.
Yeah. Okay. Hi, everyone. So firstly, I'm just going to quickly cover admissions requirements for this degree. To be eligible, you need to have a bachelor's degree from an internationally accredited university with a minimum GPA of 3.2, which is a B. Average or equivalent. We also require a resume, a statement of purpose, and 2 academic recommendations. And if you have studied in a university where the language is that they teach in English and another language, or just in another language, then you need to provide us also with English proficiency exam test score as well. So moving on to scholarships, we have just recently launched a scholarship, which is very exciting. Basically, if you apply between March 25th and the 1st of May, you will be eligible for a free flight up to $1,000, a 3-month stay in the student village, and free coffee for a week in the cafeteria of the Rotberg International School. There's more details. There are the terms and conditions that apply, and if you're interested, I can send you more information by email. And it's also, you can find it on our website in our scholarship section. I know some of you mentioned that you're Olim Fadashim. We also have special Olim scholarships as well. So please feel free also to ask me about that. I just covered the scholarships. We do have other scholarships available. If you're interested, please get in touch with me privately. We also have the information on our website as well under the scholarship section. We have on-campus housing available. And also, if you're interested in doing an internship while you're studying, we have an internship coordinator who will set you up with a company so that you can get some experience while you're studying as well. Student life was covered already, so I'll just do this very briefly. We have trips around Israel, we have lectures, Shabbat and holiday meals, and activities together with the Israeli students. Okay, so yeah, now we're at the questions and answers. So also, if you prefer to ask a question on the chat, please feel free also to write in the chat. If you want to be in touch, it would be good if you could put your email addresses as well in the chat as well, so that we can be in touch with you afterwards.
Okay, so we are now with you for your questions. Any question that you have, we have quite some time actually until we return back to the main room. So yeah, good. We're happy to hear from you.
Yeah, could I ask a question about the English certificates?
Yeah, sure.
Yes, if you also do you accept Cambridge certificates or just the TOEFL IELTS?
Yeah, send me the information you have about the Cambridge, and I'll check it for you. You have that already? You have the score? All right, so if you can send that to me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my email in the chat, and then you can be in touch with me. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I just
Okay.
it's my general problem. I had it for 12 years, and usually people think that it expired somehow.
Oh, okay. If you could send me the results like by email, I'll check into it for you.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
I think Dr. Barenbaum already mentioned that prospective students do not need to have any previous background in computer science. So I just wanted to double check if I got it right?
Yeah, this is correct. We actually give you, those of you who come without any background, we'll have in the first semester you take a Python course and GIS, which I see we already had some GIS. And then the program is built in such a way that you take the more basic courses and analytics and also thematic basic courses in the first semester. And then you're ready to take the more advanced courses in the second semester. We do have some example. I'm not sure if I want to say because we don't really like it, but some students do it in 2 years.
So the connection was horrible. I didn't hear you.
Sorry, you didn't hear me?
Sorry, I didn't.
Did the other hear me, or is it yes, no? Do you hear me now? Hello? Hello? Do you hear me?
We lost him. He's not on. We've lost him. Maybe he'll come back on.
Shelly, do you hear me? Shelly?
Yeah, I can hear you, but he's not. Like, he's no longer on here. You can't hear us?
I can hear you very well.
Okay, yeah, he's no longer on the Zoom, but maybe he'll come back on.
Yeah, no, I'm wondering if I was talking. Did you hear me when I was talking, or was it
Yeah,
me?
yeah.
Okay, so it's not in my connection.
Yeah,
Okay.
you may have lost the connection or something. Yeah.
Okay, but those of you I will continue. So also maybe interest for others. So the way the program is works, the first semester is more basic courses. So those even coming without background in analytics or urban studies will get it there, and then second semester have more advanced, more practicals, and more hands-on on more advanced methods and projects that you do, and you actually implement the data that you learn in the first semester. So this is the way the program works. Suzanne, I'm not sure what do you hear from my answer, or should I repeat? And do you hear us now?
Sorry, I didn't hear you, Doctor. I didn't hear you. The connection wasn't very good.
Okay, so
there was a glitch. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. So I will.
There was a glitch. I was offline.
Yeah, no problem. I will repeat it again. I said it. Yeah, you're correct. There's no need in having background in analytics or programming or even GIS. You get everything in the first semester. You get the basic course in the first semester, and then you do practice and take the more advanced courses, both in I would say the urban studies and the analytics in the second semester, and implement your knowledge and do some projects and field trips and meeting with people. So this is done in the second semester. So yeah, the short answer is yes. You don't need to come with any background in programming or GIS or any data.
Thank you. Thank you for this. Does it mean that we will need to, for students who don't have background like me, does it mean that I have to take some extra credits to build a foundation for the second semester? Does it mean that for the first semester, we need to do some extra work? I'm not against it. I was just wondering.
Yeah.
I would
No.
like to, if I need to, if this
Yeah.
will make my experience better, I would like to do some extra work or take some extra credits. But I was just wondering if it's necessary.
Yeah, so no, you don't have any extra work. It might be maybe a bit harder for you at the beginning because you need to learn new knowledge, and some of them already have some background, but you don't need to
Right.
take any extra. Maybe you need to work a little bit harder, or if you're very good, then
Yeah.
it's come natural to you, so you don't need to work harder. Very individual. If you do want to work harder and take more courses beyond the regular curricula, so we can offer some additional courses that you can take. Won't be count for your degree, but you can take additional courses. We offer additional courses also in English. We have many in Hebrew, but also in English. Advanced courses that you'll be able to take as extra if you'd like to improve your skills. But in the degree you have 36 degree, including four credit points, which are a seminar paper or a thesis course, which is
I see.
equivalent.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I think something important that I forgot to say, but in the presentation, the program takes place in 2 days, so Monday and Wednesday. So basically you study full days in Monday, a full day on Wednesday, and you have the rest of the day working on your courses, but also you have some time to do other stuff. I know some of you work, some of you would like to tour in Israel. So it's possible. It's definitely possible, but it's a concentrated 2 days that you have for 2 semesters. Okay, this is the way the programs worked.
Yeah, and I wonder where will be most our work conduct? Where will be most of our work be conducted, in a lab or in a classroom? So do we have any a gathering place like a lab? Because that's what we were doing when I was doing a master's degree in urban planning. Most urban planning students they hang out in a lab all day. Basically, most of our time. It's very convenient. And I wonder if we have our own lab for doing those computer GIS work. And if we have a base, some places like a base, like a lab, that'll be great, right?
Yeah, so it's a good question. We have most of the classes taken 2 main classes. We have a class which is more like a seminar style class with like a big table, and one is a GIS lab. And it's in the geography department. It's one next to the other, so you're actually moving from one class to another, all the group. And so you do have GIS lab. It also serves other classes, but in between the classes and also in your time you have, and there are additional labs that you have all the software necessary so you can work them. Also, those of you who prefer to work on the laptops, I think all the courses, all the software is available to download in your, for example, GIS. So we give you a GIS license and you can work on your laptop. So you can always work from home. Also get some of you want to work remotely. So we have some remote access to some of the software. So like to conclude, you do have the GIS lab that have all the software. We have additional labs that all over the university that have all the software. And you can also work with your computer, either download the software to your computer or work remotely to some machine that already, if you have a big model that you need to run, so you can work remotely to other to the software that you have access. So
Do
we
we
have
need to
many
share
options.
the lab with students from other programs?
Sorry?
Do we need to share, do we need to share the lab? Do we need to share the lab with other with students from other programs?
The JS Lab is a JS Lab that serves the Department of Geography. So it's not only for this program, it's for also other programs that we run in the geography. But on Monday and Wednesday, many of the courses you take are already in the lab. So it's a big share of it will be dedicated to you, but it's not the lab for the MA program in Smart Cities. It also serves other programs. More questions?
Hi, sorry, you
Yeah.
mentioned slightly in the presentation, but do you have any established trail path into a PhD program or a PhD track? And also like an established connection to a research center? It was in the presentation, but I would like to know more about it.
Okay, so about PhD, right? If I understand correctly your question. So
Yes, that's right.
those who do the thesis track could continue for a PhD, but you can continue a PhD either in Jerusalem or in any other university. It gives you the opportunity. It's recognized the master thesis. You know, it's an established geography department, established university, so you'll be recognized, I believe, all over the world. I never heard about anyone having a problem after doing a master's in our department, having problem to be accepted to other places. So, and then the thing about PhD, you need to you know, to find a supervisor. Again, if you decide to do it in Israel, in the Hebrew University, so you need to find a supervisor. Then if you want to get budget or to be financed during, so again, depending on kind of grants and other things, but this is another story, maybe for another time that we can talk. You can, again, I'm not in another, but you can also do it in private, discuss the opportunities. So theoretically, after finishing the courses, doing a master thesis usually takes more time. So doing a thesis usually takes sometimes another year. Sometimes maybe if you're fast and already start in advance, you know you want to do your master thesis, you can already start earlier and maybe finish a bit earlier. But it can take up to another year to complete the thesis. Again, depending on how you do it and how fast you are and how much you already know from the beginning that you want to do your thesis. Usually, somewhere in the middle of the after the first semester, you need to tell us if you want to do a master thesis, and to start think about this direction and write a proposal and so on. About the center, so we have I think the one that you're referring is the one we have Urban Innovation Center. It's a new center that we have about cities, and it's actually a faculty or actually even university center. So we do establish all kind of labs that practical labs working together with Jerusalem. Also, my lab is affiliated to there, working on Vitality Lab about health and well-being in the city, and we're doing all kind of activities with municipalities. Also start slowly with the more private sector, or doing a seminar. Also, we have a seminar series that we have in doing. So yeah, this is a center which actually highly affiliated. I'm not maybe officially affiliated, but actually involved in this program. Me and some of the other lecturers also are both have affiliation to this center, and doing all kind of activities, and it's growing and growing. It's a new one, and it's also in third year of its activity.
Great, thanks.
Okay. So if you don't have if no more further questions, I'll also write down my email if you don't have it in the chat box. Where's the chat here? And then I'm happy to answer any question if I didn't answer or you were shy to ask. So feel free to contact me any day. I'll do my best to. I usually respond quite fast. Just a second. Okay. If it's more about I would say administration and application, I would suggest you write directly to Shelly, because I most likely tell you to call her. I will transfer you to Shelly. If it's more about the program and curricula, you can contact me. You have our website about smart cities, so maybe I also have this link. In the website, you can find the curricula of this year. It will be very similar. Some minor changes will take place in the curricula. We might change a little bit, but it will be very similar. So more or less, it's the same program. Maybe also add it to the.
Yeah,
here.
I can put it in. I just put it in.
Sorry.
I
You
just put in the link.
Okay. Thank
Okay.
you, Shelley. Thank you.
Okay.
So you can find most of the information about the curricula and about other things that we're doing. I think that's it. In 5 minutes, everybody will return to the main room, and probably also there, if you have question more to the more university administration, they're probably also already there.
Additional question.
Sorry?
I just have an additional question.
Yeah, sure.
May I ask? Thank you.
Yes, yes.
I talked about this with Shelly early on today. We had a Zoom conversation early today with Shelly, and I was wondering if it's legal to work on campus at Fuji. And Shelly wasn't sure about this. Maybe I just thought maybe you know about this. Are there any options to work like on campus to earn some financial aid, or are there any options like this?
Okay, so I think as far as I know, again, I'm not usually more of the we ask in the Rotary, so you can do internship which is not paid, and you can do you can get scholarship like as a PhD or a master student, so you can get scholarship, but not which is money. It's like, but it's not salary for work. You work to do your research. Okay, so these are things that are possible to do. For getting a work visa, again, I'm almost certain that I know these things, but I need to double check. So if you do want to work, you need to get a work permit. So and this you need to get some kind of a company that will do this. You already have a PhD, so sometimes it's easier if you have a master or a PhD. Usually it's easier.
Right.
If you specialize in something, and so again, say you are an expert in the field, and then they can do that. But then you need to find again a company that needs your services and can write your kind of support your visa, your work permit. Okay, this is as far as I know. I know that, for example, I have a PhD student that she works. She has expertise in some data analytics, and she's working. I pay her a salary, not a scholarship, so it's possible. But it's not that straightforward. It's not that simple.
The reason I was asking this is because when I was doing my PhD, I saw many master's students in the department working as teaching assistant for other professors. There were a lot of this kind of opportunities for master's students at Simon Fraser University in Vancouver, Canada. So I was wondering, same scenario would be similar here at U, because
different countries.
Master students, for in Canada, as long as you have the student visa and you get the job from the department, they will add a condition or some sort of special amendment on your student visa. They add a line, for example, students is blah 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 is allowed to work on campus. I wonder if the situation is similar here at Fuji in Israel.
Yeah. So I think it's not as simple like I explained. Maybe, by the way, some ideas you can do, like I don't know, if teaching Chinese, Mandarin, maybe these things that are needed for example, I'm not sure. Need to be checked again. I'm just suggesting some ideas that I'm thinking about.
They were TA for undergrad courses. They were TAing. They were teaching assistant for undergraduate courses.
Yes.
Because other professors in the department, they offer this kind of opportunities for all the master students. Everybody can, all the master students can apply for doing the teaching assistants or research assistant for their professor. not only their supervisor, but also all other professors in the
Yeah.
department.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so I think as far as I know, it's a bit harder
not
here.
too many opportunities
You
here
need,
at
you,
UG.
you need to get a work permit, visa, and it's a bit harder. I'm not saying impossible, but it's a bit harder as far as I know.
Because every semester at my previous educational institute, they have each semester they have, for example, geography 101, teaching for like Canada or something, some sort of elementary entry level geography courses offered for undergrad students. So the master students, graduate students, PhD students can be teaching assistant. They can help the professors to run the discussion seminar sessions. So they got paid for doing that.
Yeah.
Because
get
every semester there are simply so many opportunities. I wonder if it's the same thing. I wonder if it's same here at UG.
Yeah. So like I said, it's not exactly the same. It's a bit harder, but needs to be checked. Before we have 30 more seconds, so I just say because then you will leave automatically to the main room. I'll just say goodbye. It was a pleasant having you, and we do really hope to see you next week. And feel free, you have my email, Shelly's email. We have the website. Feel free to contact me about any question that you have. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.